Good day viewers, in today's videos we will discuss two most important rules related to the transformation of sentences, especially to the simple, complex, compound. So let's start our discussion here. Here the first one is that in case of simple sentence we will get the clue or the symptoms, that is to, and in case of complex we will use to, so, that. That means at the place of to we have to use so in complex sentence, and at the place of to we have to use that. And in compound sentence you can see that from simple to compound we have to use very at the place of to and at the place of to. Okay, so before doing this we should know that why do we use this type of words or phrases in our sentences, especially simple, complex and compound. Actually they are used to intensify something. That means sometimes they expresses the cause and result. Okay, so the result may be positive, the result may be negative. It's up to the adjective or adverb that I will use in between to. Okay, so let's see an example. Here I've written an example in simple sentence, that is using these clues. That is in this sentence you can see to, and this is a simple sentence. Here the sentence, Zahid was too tired to run quickly, and here you can see that here the adjective is tired. You know, tired is not a positive adjective, that's why it has expressed a negative meaning. That means because of tiredness Zahid could not run very quickly. So if you were asked to transform this into complex, how can we transform it into complex? Let's see. Here CX for complex. Here we have to write the subject without any change. That is, first of all we have to write Zahid, and the verb will remain unchanged, was, and. As we are transforming this into complex, so see the rules of complex. That is, at the place of to we have to use so. So we have to write Zahid was so tired. Here the adjective is tired. Okay, and at the place of to we have to use that. That is, so tired that. Okay, and you can see that the action after to has been performed by Zahid. That's why we have to use this subject again after that. That is, here we have used Zahid as a noun, and in the next sentence we will use the pronoun of Zahid, as Zahid is the name of a boy, so we have to use the pronoun he. And then after that we have to use cannot or can, could not or could. So when should we use can or cannot, or could not? So if you get the main sentence, that means the principal clause is in past indefinite tense, then we have to use can, so could or could not. And if it is in present or future tense, we have to use can or cannot. So you may notice that here the verb is was, that is in past indefinite tense. That's why we have to use could or could not. As this is a negative adjective, that's why you have to use could not after the subject. That is, the answer will be he could not. And you know, after can or could we have to use the base form of the verb. Here the verb is run, so could not run. How? Here the word quickly. Okay, so you can see that we have changed in several places. That's why first of all we have to use at the place of to we have to use so, and the adjective will remain unchanged, and at the place of to we have used the conjunction that. Okay, and after that we have used the subject he, and he has been used for Zahid, as Zahid is the man or boy. That's why we have used he at the as a subject of the second sentence, as the second verb has been performed by the same person. Okay, that's why we have used he and then could not, as this is a negative adjective. That's why we have used the negative statement. If the adjective is positive, then we have to use the positive statement. And you know, the tense of the subordinating clauses always be maintained according to the tense of the principal clauses. This is a complex one. Let's see what will happen in case of compound sentence. Here CD. Okay, we have to change here. The Zahid will remain unchanged. Okay, and the verb was. Okay, at the place of so, we have to use in compound, you can see a very. Okay, Zahid was very, and the adjective tired. Zahid was very tired. Okay, and at the place of that, we have to use and. Okay, and the rest of the sentence will remain unchanged. That is, and he could not, he could not, couldn't run quickly. Okay, these are the steps that we have to follow by using this rule. That is, if you get to in simple sentence, and in complex sentence we have to use so that, and in compound we have to use very and. Okay, let's see rule number 2. That is, in spite of, despite. And if you get the phrases like this in simple sentence, we have to use though or although. In complex sentence and in compound we have to use but. Okay, let's see how can we use this type of phrases or conjunctions to transform a simple sentence into complex and compound. And you know that in spite of or despite, though, although, or but are always used to express the contradictory ideas. That means, suppose if you are a good student, you will study hard and consequently you will get a good result. But if it may happen that in spite of studying hard, you are not getting the good result. That means your action and the result are really contradictory. In that case, we have to use, in case of simple sentence, in spite of or despite, and in complex we have to use though or although, and in compound we have to use but. So let's get an example here. Okay, before that I have to vanish this one. Okay, next sentence. Okay, I'll just write a simple sentence first. That is, now we are following these rules here. That is, in spite of having, okay, all the qualities, Zahid did not get the job. Okay, actually, you know that if a man has qualities, it's natural that he will get the job. But here what happens? Zahid has all the qualities, but the result is that he did not get the job. This is a contradictory result. So in that case, we have to use this type of phrases. Actually, you know, there is a slight difference. That is the difference between in spite of and despite. Notice that after in spite you have used of, but after despite there is no preposition. Okay, this is the difference, but there is no difference in case of meaning. We can use either of it. Okay, so here let's see how can we transform a simple sentence with in spite of or despite into a complex. Okay, as I have already told you that if you want to transform a simple sentence into complex, we have to elaborate only the phrases beginning with this type of words or phrases, not the main clauses. We should not elaborate anything from in the principal clauses. So here at the place of in spite of, in complex, we will use either of them. Okay, so I'm taking the first one, that is though. Okay, as who has the qualities? Zahid has the qualities. That means the subject of this verb is Zahid. That's why we will use the noun first, then the pronoun. As the noun is in the second sentence, I will take it into the first one. Okay, so though the Zahid will come here first, Zahid. Okay, here you know having. The base form of having is, you know, base form of having is have. So should we use have after Zahid? Some of you may say that no sir, here we have to use has. Some of you may say that no sir, have. But what will be used here? Let's see. You know, we have to use the verb in subordinating clause always following the verb in the main clause. As you know that in the main clause you will get the verb in past indefinite tense. That's why you have to use the past form of have. So what is the past form of have? The past form of have is had. Okay, so though Zahid had, then the rest of the parts will remain unchanged. That is, all the qualities and the rest of the place, that the principal clause will not be changed and it will remain unchanged. That is, at the place of Zahid, as I have already used Zahid in the first clause, then we have to use the pronoun of Zahid. The pronoun of Zahid is he did not get ... The rest of the parts should be used. And you know, very magical, but some of you may think that it's very much difficult to transform a complex sentence into compound using though or although, or in case of though or although. It's very simple. You know that there is only two sentences, and from the beginning we will remove this one, and in between two sentences we have to use but, nothing else. Then it's very simple. That's why you have to write down like this: Zahid had all the qualities. Okay, and here the comma will be removed, and at that place, that means in between two sentences, we have to use a conjunction like but, nothing else. Okay, but, and the next sentence will be used here, that is, he did not get the job. Hope you have understood these rules. And if you have any inquiry, please comment on our comment box. Thank you very much.